Welcome to our podcast, Foreign Girls Club. I am Sai.
I'm Patty.
This is our very first episode, and today we're gonna share our background, how we met, and cultural shocking experiences in America. Are we ready?
Yes, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Okay, so Patty,
Sai.
why don't we start with where we came from and how long we've been here?
Okay, yeah. So I'm from Mexico. I've been here for about 8 years, so
8 years, okay.
quite a long time.
Yes.
Now, why don't you tell them where you're from?
So I am from Tokyo, Japan. I am also half Japanese, half American. Japanese is my first language. But yeah, I have been here for about 10 years now.
Wow.
So we have been here for quite a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. So Patty, you are from Mexico. You're from Mexico City, or
Yes, Mexico
okay.
City.
And you're also 100% Mexican, right?
Yes, 100% Mexican.
Okay. So, how did you learn English?
Interesting
Very
question.
curious.
Yeah. So in school, let's make it like private school because there's like the public and the private, just like
Right.
here. But in Mexico, like you really want to go to a private school,
Okay.
right? Like your parents will do anything, even if you don't have the money. It's like you want your
Really?
kid to go to private school.
Okay.
Yes, because I don't know. Public schools, at least when I was in school, they were a little bit sketchy.
Okay.
Like it wouldn't be something you would want for your kid. Not to be, I mean, that might
Okay.
sound bad.
Yeah.
But also, like private school will teach your kids English.
Okay.
So we had half the day is Spanish, and then the other half is English. So we do have like subjects in English, and you're just learning throughout just your entire life in
Really?
school.
That's nice. So you didn't need to study yourself basically because teacher will teach you how to speak English, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say that it's good.
Okay.
Like you get the basics pretty much.
Okay.
And like grammar and it's like to writing is good.
Okay.
But when it comes to speaking English,
Yeah.
I would say it's trash. I didn't know a lot of
okay.
things about pronunciation until I came here and everybody started correcting me and they're like, no, you're supposed to say it this way and so on. So even though it's, it got me the basics, it needed some work.
Yeah. So
What about you?
so yeah, for me, it's kind of same thing. We do have teacher who taught us how to say things. I wouldn't say how to speak. It's because very basic. It's like this is a pen, this is an apple,
Yeah.
like that kind of level, which
Okay.
I don't think we don't use that kind of English. So I had to self-taught because I wanted to speak English. And again, even though I'm half American, I never grew up in environment where we spoke English.
Okay.
It was only Japanese. I went to Japanese school.
Cool.
So I am 100% Japanese in my heart. But yeah, I had to, I wanted to speak, but study with like music, watch a movie or two, it didn't really help me to speak. So at some point I had to make American friends to actually speak it, and then I could be able to speak a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, to this day, I still say some weird things, some things that doesn't make sense.
No, it's fine.
But
I do too.
I think it's fine. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, I mean, we both speak different languages. Yeah, not just one language, but two.
Yes.
I think that's cool, right?
I love it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's
I love
fun.
it too. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll have like 100%. Like, at least for me, I don't know if I'll ever have 100% my English, but I mean, I'm fine. I get by just fine.
Yeah. I mean, some people don't have the patience to understand my English. So that's at least like I had experienced before.
Yes.
But I don't care anymore. Like, oh, if you don't understand, like, whatever.
Yes, when somebody laughs at the way you say something, that can, it triggers me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, you don't know what it's like. I'm sorry, but you don't. So don't make fun of me.
Yeah.
And like when somebody speaks or tries to speak Spanish, right? I try to be like kind and maybe like help them out, but never like in a laughing matter.
Yeah, or judge you.
Yeah, or like judge.
Because I mean, it was really hard to speak different language. I think in general.
Yes.
But it is what it is. I mean, we did it.
Yes, we did it.
We can have a conversation now, so I think that's fine. Yeah. So, how about cleanliness in America compares to our country?
Oh my gosh. Well, compared to Mexico, let me tell you, it is way cleaner. I do love that about the United States.
Yeah.
Because in Mexico, I'm not saying it's like filthy.
Yeah.
Depending on the area, of course.
Sure.
But there is a little bit more of like a smell to the city, especially like I would say where I'm from, Mexico City, like deep down in the city. Like I can always tell when I come home and I'm like at the airport and then I go outside, I'm like, okay, I know I'm here. This is it.
I'm home.
Yeah, there's like a little bit more trash on the streets. People aren't as neat.
Okay.
But yeah, I like that Americans try to keep up with things a little bit more.
Okay.
Way cleaner. It smells better.
What kind of smell is it that you smell in Mexico? What is it? It's like an air.
Okay, there's a lot of pollution. So like there's days of, I don't know if it's the month of the week or the week, but like people can't drive their cars at this point because it's just so polluted and like there's just so much going on.
No.
We have smog, which is like this big cloud of pollution that you can see over the city. So maybe that is part of it. There's also like a little bit of like sewer, like poopy smell. Not everywhere, but if you are kind of more downtown by the airport, you will definitely get a whiff of it.
Sorry.
What about Japan? No, you're fine.
Well, Japan is much cleaner. I think a lot of people knows that too, that we are very good at tie-dyeing things.
Tidying?
Tidy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, let's say we go to the city with like, let's say water bottle or buy some kind of street food, let's say. But now we have the trash in our hands. We usually take those trash to home because we don't have a lot of trash can on the street. And maybe we can find trash can inside of the convenience store. But other than that, it's very hard for us to find trash can in general. So we just take it home instead of just throwing to the street because I mean we are very structural people. So we don't like that kind of stuff.
That's nice.
So we keep our city as much cleaner as possible. And like you mentioned that it depends on where you go. Some area dirty, but most of the time I would say it's very clean. So here, this country compares to Japan, I would say it's a little dirty.
Oh my gosh. I wonder what you would think of Mexico.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. We have to make that happen.
Yeah. Yes. So cleanliness is different.
Okay.
How about American, it's personality.
Okay.
Like, what's the difference between Mexican people, Japanese people, and American people? What is it that made you think like, oh, this is a little different?
Yeah, I feel like when I first came here, I was seen as very maybe rude because Mexicans.
I agree.
And I want to hear what you have to say. But we are very loud.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, Patty, like you're not supposed to say like these bad words. You're not supposed to scream. You're not supposed to do this in front of children.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Don't do that. And I was just like, what can I do?
Yeah.
Like, what is
To be
not considered
quiet.
rude? And literally everything I'm used to.
Not to say anything.
Yes. So I have changed a lot.
Really?
Because,
I can't imagine.
oh, yes. But yeah, I don't know. And I feel like Americans are more like cold when it comes to like others. They're not, it's like, I don't get that sense of community from everybody. Like in Mexico, people are a little bit warmer and just more welcoming, I would say.
And my image, like, I would say Mexican are much more like family oriented.
Oh yes.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's all about family.
I feel like they have like really big family gathering. That's my like imagine towards Mexican people.
Yes, well, my family's huge. I mean,
oh really?
If you talk to a Mexican, they're gonna have like 1,000 cousins and like aunts and uncles, and so.
I like that though.
Me too.
Because especially today, we kind of lost that. Yeah, we don't know our neighbors.
Yes,
we
the
don't talk
neighbors.
much. Yeah, I think today's society, I think we need that. Yeah, family gathering, or it doesn't need to be family, but like friends gathering. Which I'm not like I like staying home by myself. But yeah, I think I agree to people being rude, cold. I don't know if I felt that Americans are cold necessarily, but I think Americans are loud.
Okay,
yeah. Loud, rude. I think very self-centered.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and they express their emotion much more compared to Japanese, because we are very shy. We tend to keep things in, how do you say, keep in ourselves. Like we don't really express our emotions to others.
Okay.
So that's really new things to me. But yeah, they're loud, inconsiderate.
Yes.
I mean, like, speaking of inconsiderate, we both in an apartment,
Yes.
right? So let's say if I turn on TV, I want to make sure my neighbors don't hear my TV. I mean, I don't want to be loud to them. I want to make sure that, like, be respectful.
Yes.
And considerate. But they do not care.
Oh no.
Yeah, if they want to listen to music loud, they just do it. They don't care about others. And I mean, daytime, I get it. Daytime, it's okay. But after like what, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
would you please be quiet?
I agree.
Yeah, I just don't understand that they think that way. I think that's just how they grew up. I think that's the country.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
But there's definitely like a time and like a place to do that. I agree. Like if it's on the weekend or daytime, that's totally fine. But after a certain time, you should probably just not like blast your music or be stomping around.
Yeah. Oh my God, stomping.
Oh, I do.
Oh
Okay, I'm
my
guilty. I'm not even gonna lie.
Why they walk that loud? Like there's one time I had like to go downstairs, neighbor. Like, I just thought that there's an elephant in the room because that sounds like, oh my god, like my room is gonna like
If you're gonna fall down.
or something. Yeah, but again, they don't really care. They will listen, or I don't know if they pretend to be listening, but they just don't. Okay, we're allowed. So what kind of attitude?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's okay. And I wouldn't say that every American are like that. But I think majority of Americans like that.
Yeah. Oh, Mexicans are very loud. If you live in an apartment, like you know for sure you're gonna be hearing people like moving their furniture and like running and screaming,
But midnight?
crying. Oh well, this is the big parties, you know.
Oh, okay.
How we like to party until very very late at night. So my dad has gotten the cops called quite a few times, not gonna lie, like just blasting music. So it is inconsiderate, like I am aware.
Yeah.
I don't do it, especially here in the US.
You're not the only one that living in the apartment. So I think we should be considerate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But all the things being said,
Yes.
do you like living in this country?
I love it. This is such a great country. I am very grateful to be able to be here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I mean, I love Mexico so much.
Yeah.
I would go for a while, like I go here and there, stay for a few months, but the United States gives me this sense of home.
Really?
And yes.
Okay.
So I do love it.
Yeah.
And I mean, just there's a lot of more freedom than there is in my country.
I agree. I agree. I mean, we both in this country for a long time, and I like living in this country, but I definitely do miss Japan.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I mean, we all are missing our country.
Yes.
That's totally normal things. And yeah, if I go back to Japan and come back here, which is now our home, yeah, I do feel like I am home.
Yes.
Even though Japan, I love Japan, so beautiful, food is amazing, but yeah, when I come back here, like, okay, it's our second home.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we both like living here. I mean, that's why we are here for
Yes,
such a long time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And like when it comes to safety, would you say Japan is more safe or like the US? Of course, I know it depends on like the area, but just in general.
So Japan is much more safer. First of all, nobody can carry a gun.
Okay.
In Japan, we don't smoke weed or anything. We are very, like we are very like good, like pure,
Yes.
in a sense. But yeah, safety wise, we don't. Let's say if we forget to lock our front door, most likely nobody's gonna mess with it. We don't really need to worry about, oh my God, somebody's gonna steal our stuff. Not really. Yeah, not a lot of people do that. When we take train, we can sleep in there, even though our purses are on our lap.
That's insane to me.
Nobody's gonna steal it, and that's normal things. But I would say we are too comfortable to do those things. Just, let's say like our purse on our lap and we sleep, and most of the people don't mess with you, but there's some people will mess with you too. Yeah, so maybe we are a little too comfortable with this environment, but I think it's also a good thing because we don't really need to worry about someone else gonna mess with us. Yeah. How about Mexico?
Wow, I mean,
I
that's
have
like
some kind of idea.
complete opposite, I would say. Yeah, I definitely that is another thing that I love about the U.S. is like
Yeah.
I feel so safe.
Yeah.
If I want to go downtown, take a walk at nighttime, like
Yeah.
with my dog, whatever, just relax and like enjoy the view.
Yeah.
I can do that and feel perfectly fine. I
Yeah.
know most likely nothing is gonna happen. Of course, I am always aware, but
Yeah.
that would not happen in Mexico.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend people to go out at night and
Yeah.
just walk aimlessly for no reason because
Yeah.
you could get robbed. You could just, you don't want to see what's going to happen.
Right.
Depends on the area, but there's not many areas unless you're like maybe in like a development and it's gated.
Yeah.
But that would be, to me, the only way you would be able to be outside at night.
Okay.
I always had this fear of, you know, oh my God, like watch out and like always be aware of your surroundings and every single little thing. Like, is this person following me? Is this person gonna rob me? Is this person doing this? We've been in like very scary situations, and yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's like you're gonna die if you go to Mexico. No, you can visit. You'll be fine. Be smart.
Right.
Don't go out at night alone. But if you,
Especially you're a woman.
yes, especially if you're a woman,
Duh.
please don't be dumb like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a lot safer here, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I will agree to that. Not every single areas are safe. I mean, even though you're in Japan, there are some area that you probably wouldn't want to go by yourself at nighttime. So, like you said, we want to be smart.
Yes.
Especially us being in women. Yeah, we don't want to just randomly walk at night.
No, be cautious.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's another thing. How about restaurant, our food?
Oh, yeah.
Any experience? I mean, of course, you're from Mexico, I'm from Japan, and we see a lot of Mexican restaurant, Japanese restaurant, and I'm also curious about tipping system.
Okay, yeah.
Because here, that's normal things. In Japan, we don't have that. How about Mexico? Is there a tipping system?
Yes. So
Okay.
in Mexico, we tip for basically everything.
Okay.
Like there's a person that the person that gets the carts at the grocery store, or they bag your items.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the waiters. We are always like, you have to have your little pesos in your car and like keep giving them out, you know? So it's, yeah, people I feel like are a little bit cheaper. I was just talking about this with one of my aunts that came to visit, but how in Mexico, like people will leave, it's like 10 to 15%. Here, the tip is a little bit higher, of course. But yeah, because they do rely on people tipping them, especially the people that get the cart, or we have the we call him the viene, I think. There's this guys like in the parking lots or parking garages, because that's what we mostly have.
Yeah.
And they'll guide you like to back out or something like that, even if you don't ask for it. But they're
Really
guiding
nice.
you, so you're supposed to give him a tip.
Oh, okay.
It's expected.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. I mean, here it's almost similar, right? There's a people who bag your groceries, and I guess we need to tip them. I don't know. I think it depends on the grocery store, because I know some people get paid to bag your grocery. Is there a place that we need to tip? I don't know. Have you ever seen it? I don't think so. Maybe not here.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Well, I told you how like my mom came to the U.S.
Yeah.
and she saw this little girl at the grocery store.
Yes.
She tried tipping her for bagging the groceries.
Yes.
And it's like, no, ma'am, I get paid. You're not supposed to tip me.
Yeah.
So she was fighting this girl
Yeah.
for it. So I don't think you tip that much like here in the US.
Okay.
Maybe compared to Mexico, but
Okay.
for the restaurants, obviously, because you are expected to do at least like 20,
Right.
25%.
Right. Okay.
So I'm sure that's very different because you guys don't tip.
No, we don't. And I don't know if they get paid enough. But yeah, we just don't have that kind of system. Yeah, never.
Very
Today, I
interesting.
don't know.
Yeah.
But I doubt that they started this tipping system. I mean, in this country, this tipping system is getting kind of ridiculous, though. I mean, there's no bagger or people who helps us.
Yeah.
Machine is asking us tipping, like what the hell?
Oh yes.
Like,
They ask
what?
for tip for
I
everything.
am
You're
doing
right.
it. So like
Exactly.
what the fuck?
Oh, you know what I just thought about? When you go to the like hair salon or
Yeah.
whatever, you have to tip. I don't think that's a thing in Mexico.
Oh wait, really?
Yes, like maybe it's not like required, but they expect it.
Yeah.
So that is something that is kind of different for me, and I'm like, you're already charging me how much, and I have to
That
tip
is
you,
tr-
but I do it anyways.
Wait, here, right?
Yes,
Not
here.
Mexico.
No, Mexico, you don't tip
Okay.
for a haircut.
Okay.
You just pay for it.
And haircut is expensive.
It is, yes. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
like
But
I'm
yeah.
over it.
I know, like at some point, like I'm like not going.
Yeah.
to hair salon.
I'd rather be low maintenance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. How about food?
Oh yeah, we got like completely sidetracked from
Yeah,
it.
it's okay. I wanted to know the tipping system. So
Yes.
yeah, so food.
Food.
I already know
Yes.
it is a disappointing experience.
Yes, very disappointing.
Yeah, we already know. One thing that I was really surprised was that the size, the food portion is way too much here in this country.
Yeah, there's huge portions.
Why they're so big? I can't finish that much.
No.
And the drink is like this big for like one medium
know.
size. Like what the hell?
You know what?
This is like a triple, like large.
I don't think anybody needs to drink a freaking soda that's that size.
No,
Please don't. It's
so
horrible.
unhealthy.
I remember when I was younger in Mexico. Of course, fast food is very rare in Mexico, or it was at least when I was growing up.
Yeah.
We only had like McDonald's, Burger King, Carl's Jr., and like other things started coming along like later on.
Yeah.
But I was like always like, oh my god, the drink is so small, the burger is so small. I was like, I need more. Well, when you come here and you're like given these giant
it's
drinks and
giant.
portions, it's like you realize it is for a reason that it's just made small because it's so bad for you.
Yeah.
But I do really miss the street food. I know Japan
I
also
do
has like
too.
street food.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yes, can't find anything near close
No.
to what it's like in Mexico. So
Yeah. That is true.
I do get very bad cravings. So
Oh,
every
me
once in a while, I'm like, I'm going
too.
back to Mexico just
Yeah.
because I have to
Because
eat
of the food. Yeah,
yes.
I agree. I think, like I mentioned, that we see a lot of Japanese restaurant, Mexican restaurant. Have you ever found any authentic Mexican restaurant at all?
I did happen to find one place here.
Just one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
food is very close. It's not the exact same.
Okay. Yeah.
But it will satisfy my cravings. Everything else is disgusting. Like I won't choose to go to a Mexican place to be served a chimichanga. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I need something different.
Yeah. I feel exact same. I would not say it's disgusting, but the hibachi,
yes,
whatever
yes.
they're doing, that's not a thing in Japan.
Okay.
Or at least that's what I know. I have never seen that kind of performing restaurant. Well, first of all, we don't want to play with food. That's very disrespectful towards animals.
Okay.
if it's meat, obviously, or meat or eggs or whatever animal products. But yeah, we don't want to play with food. We want to respect. So yeah, playing. I mean, why do we need to be entertained?
It seems like the
I
US is
just
all about
don't
entertainment.
understand. Yeah, I mean it's great for children, but adults, I don't think we need it. I'm sure it's all about the business at that point, but I mean, if you go to restaurant, most likely you're with someone
Yes.
already. That's already fun. So I don't want you to entertain me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's unnecessary. It's fun and all, but again, I don't think it's necessarily good things to play. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just being too serious.
I mean, it's fine.
But yeah, I don't really like it. I mean, food is not even good anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and-
you're from Japan, so you can tell us, but
Yeah, and you know, like that. And again, there's so many Japanese restaurants. I don't eat sushi. There's so many sushi restaurants,
Yes.
and I know that you guys like, oh my god, you're from Japan and you don't even eat sushi. I do eat tuna
Okay.
and like red fish eggs. I don't know what it's called. It's called ikura in Japanese.
I love the way
Maybe
you
those
say that.
two things that I would eat at a sushi restaurant. But other than that, I'm not a big fan of raw fish. And I think there is decent sushi restaurant, but I don't eat sushi, so I cannot really tell you
Okay.
it's really good, it's amazing, or it's bad. But I love ramen. I mean, we all love ramen,
Oh yeah,
right?
I mean, if
Yeah.
somebody doesn't love ramen, what's wrong with you?
Exactly. So let's say if I want to eat ramen, to go to restaurant, I always feel like, why these ingredients are in this ramen? Like it doesn't make sense. Like
Interesting.
yeah, there's some things that we don't see in Japan, and yeah, chopstick. American think that using chopstick for every meal is
Yeah.
cool, but it's not. Like fried rice, we did not use chopstick for that.
Oh, thank God.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we use spoon because it's slippery. It's just
It
think
makes sense.
smarter.
Yes. Yeah, it'll fall right out of the
Exactly.
chopsticks.
So, yeah, if we eat fried rice, we use spoon, no fork. We use
Okay.
spoon. If we eat ramen, we do use chopstick and spoon, specifically to scoop soup and noodle at the same time, and then eat like this. We also make noises when we eat ramen. Noises like slurp it.
Okay.
Yes, and slurping in general, it's not a good thing in Japan. That's a no-no. But ramen,
It's fine.
it's good.
Now, see, now it makes sense why they give you like that deep spoon with the
Yes, the
chopsticks. So
dips.
you're okay. I never use them at the same time. Now I should.
Yes. I need to show you.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but yeah, food is definitely different. I think I have food in America is not good. I think. What do you think? What's your opinion?
I guess it depends. What like if we're talking about maybe like a steakhouse or something fancier,
Yeah.
there's really good places.
Yes.
But other things,
Like normal,
yeah, like a regular spa,
regular.
they're usually very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of places I've been disappointed.
Yeah.
Where you're like, wow, I was so excited and like I'm paying all this money and it's
Right.
just not what I
Yeah, it's
expected.
Okay.
Exactly, just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think, and like you said, if we go to like nicer restaurant, we will have really good food. But yeah, like regular restaurant, very okay food.
Yeah.
So yeah, food is, we miss our country's food for sure.
Oh yes. I mean,
Yeah.
Mexican and Japanese are just one of the biggest, just like
That may be true.
culinary
Yeah. So
cultures. Yeah.
since we cannot find authentic Mexican Japanese restaurant, I'm sure that you cook a lot of Mexican food at home.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have place that you can get a Mexican food ingredients?
See, here in Florida, which is surprising, even though there's a few markets around here, I haven't really found one that I can go
Really?
to. So lately, I haven't been making as many Mexican dishes. So yeah, that's difficult. Like up north where I used to live, I did have my go-to place I could go, and it was owned by like actual Mexicans. I could get everything.
Okay.
But here, it's been difficult. Yeah, I'm struggling. What about you?
I'm the same. There's a lot of Asian market, but you can find maybe Chinese, Korean, like Thai, even Philippine. I'm not so sure, but Japanese ingredients of food is very, very limited.
Okay.
So if I want to make some Japanese food, I will always have like less ingredients because I can't find it. Yeah, and I found this online Asian market that has much more.
Okay.
But still, there are some things that I wish they had. So yeah, it's a struggle, but
It is.
I guess we chose to live here.
Exactly.
So it's our decision.
It's like the
so it's like pro and
trade-offs,
cons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's okay. And thank God we can ask our parents to ship
Yes.
all the food whenever we want to. So, I mean, that's what I do. Do you do? Do you ask them to send some things?
So, I have in the past. I don't know if something changed. I don't know, but I've had my mom try to send a few things,
Yeah.
and they just were not able to send it because there's quite a few restrictions. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
Yeah.
It pisses me off. But I mean, I just try to go more often.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to go back to my country more often. But anyways, how about should we get into men and women? What do you think?
Yeah. So let's just.
American man, American woman. What is your opinion on that? Is there any big difference? Mexican man. Let's start with men.
Okay.
Mexican man, American man.
So I love American men. I am with
I
one.
agree.
So that was just always something that not that I knew it was gonna be an American or like I wanted an American exactly, but Mexican men are very, and I'm not saying all, but I would say most are very disrespectful towards women. They look down on women a lot. They have this like macho thing where they are everything. They're it. Women are just to the side. And even when like, if you're walking down the street and you're a woman, you are 100% going to get like, I think I call it catcalled.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll say something or they're gonna whistle or just say something very disrespectful and vulgar. And I hate that. Like I always hated that, and I would talk back. I'm like, maybe that's wrong, but I was just like, no, you're not gonna disrespect me like that. And I've never been like stared at or said something to like by an American man.
Okay.
I think they are a lot more respectful and just inclusive with women.
Okay.
And I love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. I feel like Mexican women are strong, my opinion, but I didn't know Mexican men act like that. I don't think I don't know a lot of Mexican men.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
And then I know like cheating, obviously it's in every culture. I mean, even American men.
Yeah.
But in Mexico, it's like you'll be lucky if you find somebody that's not gonna cheat on you. Yes,
Really?
that's almost a given.
No. I
Unfortunately.
do not want that.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we don't want that at all.
Yeah, and also that thing of like you can be manly
Yeah.
and still, you know, be respectful to a woman and like
Right.
embrace her. I feel
Yes.
like there is just the opposite.
Oh.
And yeah, I don't know. It's
that-
just
I
not
don't
for
like
me.
that.
I'm sorry, but it's not for me.
No, I wouldn't like that either. Okay. Well, at least they're manly.
Right,
Right?
yes.
So-
Somewhat.
Right. Japanese men, I think they're a little feminine.
Okay.
It's not like, I mean, obviously they're not gonna dress up like feminine, but I feel like I think they need to step up a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
to be like manly, and not everybody's out like that, but and I don't have a lot of experience, but yeah, I don't really attracted to Japanese men
Okay.
because when I moved here, American men are much more manly. They're very initiative.
Okay.
I mean, if they like someone, I think most of men are like, hey, I want to take you out.
Yeah.
I want you to be my girlfriend or whatever. So I really love that. And because Japanese are very shy, we don't express our emotional that much. American men, America in general, because they do that kind of stuff, it's very refreshing
Yeah.
to me. So I do like American men better compared to Japanese men. Yeah.
Okay. Now women. What do you think?
Yeah, women, I think it's a problem. My first impression for American women, they are so strong, and not physically, of course, but very demanding. And I feel so bad for men who don't have a lot of like power.
Yeah.
Like they have to listen, especially like they're married with children.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I
Men
feel for that.
cannot be men anymore. Yeah, because women are much more demanding, and she's just like, hey, you do what I say,
Yes.
kind of thing, and I just feel so bad. We are not like that.
No, I mean, in any relationship, nobody should be just like, oh, you're doing this. But yeah, there's so many just controlling and just demanding women, and they don't give the man the room to be the man and step up and just do their thing,
Yeah.
play their role in the relationship. They're just putting them down,
Yeah,
making
I
them
hate
feel like
that
they're
for
less.
men. I
It's
mean,
not okay.
I hate that for women as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
for both.
I don't know what happened. How about Mexican women? Are they in my country, or at least me, how I grew up? I want to be submissive. I want to listen to my man, support him, cater to him, cooking, cleaning, very minimal. Like they don't even ask us. They don't even need to ask to do that from women, because I know that's what we need to do.
Exactly, absolutely. Well, here's the thing, okay?
Yeah.
I was raised in, I don't know, at least just me, I was always very old school and conservative. So maybe my point of view wasn't like other girls, but like from my grandmother, my mom, like we have that sense of like you're the woman, you want to nurture and care for your family, for your man.
Yes.
You want to cook, you want to clean. It's not that you even have to, but you want to do it, and you're not gonna let somebody else do that because that's what you're bringing. You know, that's what you are also providing. Exactly.
Exactly.
So the younger generations, I do have sisters, and I see that that is definitely changing. Of course, social media, like all this from, I don't know if it's coming from America, I feel like it is. Just the whole thing of like feminism and we're strong and we're women, we don't need a man, we don't need this, we don't need that. Like it's bleeding down into just the young generations all over the world. I hate it. I think it's so wrong and just damaging because these people are gonna end up alone and miserable. Let's be real. If you are looking to be happy and fulfill your purpose in this planet, don't have that attitude.
It's sad.
But yeah, Mexican women, my grandmother actually one time was telling me, she even went to this like, not school, but like she got taught to like, before she got married, like how to cook and how to clean, like how to be a wife. Maybe that's extreme to some people, but I think it's,
I don't think so.
she lived a long, happy life with my grandpa for, you know, a long time that they stay married.
I like that. And it should be like that all the time.
Yes. How are Japanese women?
I think we have very similar culture when it comes to that. I would say, well, my grandma, my mom, they never really told, so I have two little sisters too, but they never told us what to do as women, but because we saw what they do or their roles towards their husbands, we just naturally think that that's what we supposed to do. And again, cooking, cleaning, supporting, listening, cater to their man is very normal thing. And without that, why are we here?
Exactly.
Yeah, because I want my man to work hard. That's just like my mom and grandma always. Man needs to work hard. In exchange, we work hard to cook or clean, make sure they have the food every single day. They come home to a cleaning house, and you know, kids are taken care of, and we cannot skip it. We have to do that.
Absolutely.
So because I expect my man to work hard, provide family, protect family, why don't I do the same but in a different way?
Exactly, because we have different strengths and weaknesses as men and women.
So again, I just feel so bad for some men who have to ask or remind women like, hey, this is your role. That's just ridiculous.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't have to be told.
Exactly. But I would say though, because today's society is kind of messed up.
Very.
Now men are not working as much, as harder as they should be or supposed to be. I mean, they don't even invest their time to take women on dates. They just don't want to do anything. And I would be so happy if, let's say I have a day, if he brings me flowers, I will be just so happy.
Yeah, the little things.
Yes, but they don't do that. And I understand because today's woman says that, oh, I don't need a man, or I'm a career woman, blah, blah, blah. But I think men still need to work
Yes.
or invest. Yeah, because I mean, not every woman are like that. Yes, maybe it's gonna be hard to find in this today's society, but there's definitely some women would be very happy to see you bring flowers or like chocolate or whatever, like
Yes.
small thing. We're not gonna ask you to, oh my god, you didn't take me to fine restaurant, whatever.
Yeah.
That's not how it works for some women.
Yeah.
For some women.
Let's make that clear because
Yeah, not every
and we'll
woman.
get into that deeper on
Yeah,
a
in
different,
a different
episode.
episode.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's just so sad to see. That's a struggle for women and men. Yeah, I don't think you will see a lot of women who cares about career more than to be a mother. But again, we have been here for such a long time. I don't know what's going on in Japan right now. I know it's kind of like, I mean, Japanese are kind of weirdos, but yeah, I don't know what is going on in Japan. But yeah, that's at least how I grew up. I still want to make my man happy. I want to make sure that he has food ready. Yeah, need to.
Right.
Yeah,
Some value, bring something
provide
to the
value.
table.
Yeah. I mean, we need to have men. We need men. Men don't need women, because I mean, if they
No, I
want,
feel like they do.
they do. Is it
At the
because
end
of
of the day.
children?
Not just because of that,
Yeah.
but like whether women or men want to deny it, like, oh, I don't need anybody, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. When you really find that true love and care
Yeah.
and just being able to trust somebody more than anybody else in the world, there's nothing that can compare to that feeling.
That is true.
And men need that woman that is gonna stay strong for them when they can't
That is
hold on
true.
anymore and they're working so
Yeah.
hard and they're struggling, and because they have all this pressure of like, oh, men can't cry. Oh, men, oh, if you do this, you're a pussy.
Yeah.
Excuse the word.
Yes.
So they do need, I feel like, that nurturing and that woman to be the rock, just like they would for us.
Yeah, I think
It's a good
that's
compliment.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, but today,
Yeah, things are changing for the worse.
yeah, it's just sucks to be in this generation, but it is what it is, and I mean, it doesn't mean that we should give up, right? We
No.
still want to be better
Yes.
than yesterday, and yeah, it doesn't mean that we should be lazy. We shouldn't invest our time, money, energy to someone. I mean, we don't know them until
Yeah.
So
You gotta, I mean, you have to invest effort and time in order to find
yes,
the same thing,
right.
or else you're not going to. Just
Yeah.
like the people that don't even try, they're gonna be alone forever, because people are gonna get sick of it. People are not gonna keep up with it.
Yeah.
So
So Patty, let's talk about health, hospital experience, insurance, whatever we experience. It's expensive.
yes.
What is happening?
I don't understand how it works, but it's too
Yeah.
much money.
Too much money, too much bullshit. And people in America are so big.
Yes.
They're so fat.
You know what? Mexico is along with that.
Yeah.
So I can't be like, oh, shame on you Americans. But
Yeah.
it's just messed up.
Yeah. I don't think I've never seen this many fat people in Japan. I mean, I can see why, because if you get this big soda,
Yes.
Everywhere you go and you finish it, you better prepare to be fat.
Yeah, people are very addicted to food here. It's a problem.
Yeah.
And obviously the doctors don't tell you that. They're not like, this is what you're doing wrong. Oh, take this pill. Oh, here, because now you have diabetes. Now you have all these issues. But here, take this medication. I'm not going to tell you you need to lose weight. You need to work out. You need to eat better. Like, let's look at what you're eating.
Sad.
No, take this medication and let me charge you a bunch of money for it.
Yeah, I agree. Everything you said. One time I went to doctor and she told me that I am deficient of iron. So in my head, okay, that's not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat a bunch of spinach, or maybe I need to start eating more meat, because I'm not a huge fan of eating meat in general. But that's the first things came into my mind. But instead of her giving me nutrition direction or anything, she gave me this iron pill.
Oh my God.
Why it needs to be medicine? Like, I'm not gonna take in that, because there's much better way to increase iron level.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it's not just iron, but like anything.
Yes.
We don't need, well, I shouldn't say we don't need medicine at all, because for some people may need some medicine.
Yeah, it can
It
be
can
beneficial,
benefit them.
Yes.
Yes, but I mean, iron, really? I think that's an easy fix.
Yeah, like when it comes to vitamins and just the micronutrients in general, you can get them through your diet.
Yep.
If you adjust certain things, like you can naturally get them. Of course, if you have like a, I don't know, just very, very, very deficient in something and you're like really need to increase that,
Yeah.
maybe you could take a supplement.
Yeah.
But
Medicine.
they push on those too
Supplement
much.
is fine, but medicine is just, it's just kind of like, why? Yeah. And I'm sure it is easy. I mean, again, it's all about business most of the time.
Yeah, it's
And
a
I know-
cash grab.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's some doctors that who truly care about us, but I'm sure there's some doctor who only cares about the money. They were just there to give patient a whole bunch of medicine that is not gonna fix anything. Maybe it's just temporarily, but that is not right.
No.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, today, they cannot even say fat, right, to people, right? I think that's a bad
No,
word.
because fat shaming is a thing, I guess.
I mean, fat is
Oh,
fat, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're not like, and I feel for these people, like, it's not about being heartless or like not being
Yeah.
compassionate,
Yeah.
but at some point, these people have to realize that it's not good for you. Your body is not meant to weigh 300 to 400 pounds. It's not good for you. Your organs are surrounded and coated with fat.
Yes,
And that is horrible. You're gonna die
exactly.
if you don't make a change.
Yeah.
But they can't just say it. They can't say it like that because, God forbid, you hurt somebody's feelings.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean,
That
and
is so true. And it's so sad. I mean, I don't care. I mean, if you're fat, you're fat. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
but don't act like it's healthy and it's okay because you're not okay. That's the problem that I have with it. Don't tell me it's fine because it's not fine.
That is so true. And like, I don't understand. Like, you are doctors. You are supposed to give them the best advice possible within your power. I mean, how many years you studied to become where you are, and then now you're scared of telling people to exercise, eat right. That is just no. Yeah, that's not cool.
It's never about prevention, but it's always about a fix and like a temporary fix because
Right.
nothing is giving you the solution or like
Right.
getting actually rid of the
Yeah.
problem, and I
Yeah.
do hate that. It's like that on many things with this world. They just let's just, oh yeah, well, this is the fix, but we're not gonna prevent that. We're not gonna do things
Yeah.
to not even get to this point where it's so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I get a little bit aggravated with those things.
Yeah, it is just so sad to see that now we are in this really messed up society that fat people are okay, being fat is okay, which is not true, and they just don't want to. I'm pretty sure they know that they're in a, what is it, like their condition, health condition is not good at all, but they just refuse to accept the reality, and they're just so lazy.
Yeah.
And now your mental is so fucked up that you guys think that it's okay to be fat or stay fat, and of course doctor don't say anything. So yeah, and I think it's gonna be worse unless president will change. I don't know.
Let's just say we're excited for the elections.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are
so bad.
comfortable and they are addicted, and then at the same time, doctors, if people are not, they want you sick. If you're not sick, well, pharmaceutical industry and the doctors, the hospitals, they would go out of business. So of course they want you to keep coming back. Of course they want you sick and not doing well.
Right.
And that's very upsetting because it defeats the purpose of that. It's supposed to be a tool that you can use to, if you have, something going on, maybe improve, get better, like save a life, but not about the money and making profit, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
So let's move on to something else.
Yeah, we can talk about this kind of stuff forever.
Yes. Why don't we tell them how we met, how we got here?
Yes.
So, you want to tell them a little bit more?
Sure. So, we have met, well, basically, we have met at where we used to work. So, we were ex-co-workers.
Yes.
But we never really talk.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
It kind of quiet. Yeah.
And it was like a very short amount of time that we worked together.
Yes, that is true.
So we didn't really get to do much. I think we started bonding over this certain person that was pissing us off, taking their job a little bit too seriously.
Yes.
So yeah, we started kind of talking when that person would walk out of the room and just not even talking about them, but just talking between us.
Work and like how we feel about this job and stuff like that. Yeah, but then we started to mention like a little more sensitive topic that most of the people don't even like, and to see how she react, how I would react to her question. And we found out that we have very similar value, and how we think was very similar as well. So it started off like that.
Yeah, it felt good because what other people would find very offensive or like it would trigger them and piss them off, we could actually just talk about it, discuss it, maybe come to an agreement even if we weren't like 100% on the same page. So
which is not really true because most of the time we agree.
Yeah, most of the time we do agree, not gonna lie.
But yeah, I think to say, oh, I am actually conservative is like a big no-no today.
Yes, like
for some people, not to us, but just to say it because we don't know who we're gonna offend, so we cannot really say that. But I think at some point we knew that okay, you are conservative, I'm conservative, so we
Yes.
good.
Yes, we're like good to go. We can actually
Yeah.
say how we actually feel. Like there was no filter,
No.
which I really like because with most people you're not able to do that.
Yeah, I think it's also our personality too. I I don't really talk much. I'm not really loud. I keep my mouth shut most of the time. But when it comes to certain things, I can say like
Yeah.
because I don't like to sugarcoat some things. Of course, to certain people,
Right.
because again, who knows
Yes.
who we gonna offend. But yeah, I am usually like straightforward. I don't like lying or say something that is not necessarily true or that's like reality. So, and you're like that too.
Yeah, and I love that about you because actually, with other people, and I've noticed, because coming to American, like I was saying, it's kind of changed me a little bit. I'm more careful, especially at work or settings like that, with what I say.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not being myself fully or like able to say what I want or think like to 100%. I try my best, but you know, obviously there's that like, oh, it shouldn't be offending people at work or whatever. But I love that with you I'm able to just say how it is, the way that I am. Because I hate having a filter or having to, like you say, sugarcoat certain things.
Yeah, and is that funny that we are in this country supposed to be free of speech and everything, and yet now we won't be able to say things that we feel or whatever we want to say. And of course there should be like certain limit, because otherwise it's gonna be just out of control, which I think today's society it is out of control.
I feel like that's the issue, because like maybe like the free speech happens but for one side, maybe not for the others, because if you disagree with a certain type, like, you know, maybe liberals,
to be specific,
then wow, it's just there's gonna be a freak out. Obviously, things are not gonna be great.
Yeah, they just don't make any sense.
But we don't want to get too deep
into
that.
Yeah, we don't want to get too much
it's just
into that.
It's just refreshing to find somebody that you know we are alike. We have the same values.
Yeah.
And we can
and
talk for hours.
How we ended up here is that we started talking those topics, the sensitive topic to certain people, liberals. We started to kind of joke around, like, oh, well, maybe we should record it, maybe we should just start a podcast. And it was supposed to be a joke, but it wasn't really.
Yeah. Yes, but no.
Yeah.
We weren't sure, I think, like,
we weren't sure
about each other.
And that is true, because we don't really know each other for a long time. We're still figuring it out each other.
Yeah.
So we are like joking around, but we're not really. Like
is she for real about the podcast? Is she not?
Yeah. And we just decided to, like, you know what? We're just gonna do it.
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. Like,
yeah. And as long as we enjoy it,
yes,
I think we just try whatever we want to do.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't work, we're gonna do a different thing.
Or we're gonna keep going because we have fun.
We're gonna keep going. But yeah. Yes. So we are hoping to come back and share more.
No, we definitely are going to come back.
Yes, we want to share our opinion, how we see things, especially coming from different country. And hopefully to see you guys really soon. So, you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon.
Yep. Make sure to subscribe. We're gonna be dropping more episodes.
Definitely.
Yeah. We'll see you soon.
Yes. Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.